Hi! So I used to have eczema. If you don't know what that is, it's a skin condition, or like it could also be like an allergic reaction to something that you touched, you ate, you put on your body. But it's not transmitted easily. Like if your parents have it, it's genetic, but it's not contagious. And so how I got through eczema, well, my eczema, was I tried to figure out what it was that I was allergic to, or what was causing my eczema. Because eczema can be caused by different things, not only what I went through, and I think I was allergic to a detergent because my parents changed detergent, and I don't know why, but they did, and I washed all of my bed sheets, my pillowcases, everything on my bed, all my clothes with it. And the next day I started getting a rash here. I mean, you can't even see it anymore. It's like gone. Well, it was gone, but then something triggered it, or I was stressed or something, and like it came back. Well, not fully, just like a little bit. And or maybe because I didn't wash some of the clothes again with the new detergent that I bought. I don't know. But I went to the doctor, and they told me that I had eczema, which I already knew, which was kind of dumb. So then they didn't prescribe me anything but what is it? One sec. It fell. This baby Aveeno eczema therapy. It's a moisturizer. I use it for my face because sometimes I get dry skin and it's good for that. But it wasn't working that well, and I was upset. Hold on, it has something in my eye. I had an eyelash poking my inner eye. Okay, well, yeah. And so like, it wasn't going away, and it was bothering me. It was constantly itchy, and I didn't think it was cool. And I had paid like 20 bucks out of my own money, which is fine. $20, it's nothing. So then, oh yeah, and I paid, this is like, I think $10 or somewhere around there. And after that, a couple of, maybe like a week or two before spring break, I broke out so bad. Like, I flared up so bad that my whole arm was like itchy, and it was red, and it was gross, and it was like this side and this side, this side and this side too. But this side, I guess because it was so irritated or something, it got so swollen, like it was gross and weird, and I've never experienced that in my life, so I didn't know how to like react to it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. So, hold on, the eyelashes. Okay, and I was not gonna be going through that again, so I went to a different doctor, and oh yeah, and my eyelids were also really swollen, and my face here was swollen. Like, my cheeks were swollen, my eyelids, I couldn't even see. Like, they were so swollen that I was just like, it was bad. Like, if you watch my other video, I'll probably like link it somewhere here. It was bad, and my parents were like, you're gonna throw all your makeup away because it's probably your makeup, and it could have been my makeup, I don't know. And they were like, you need to clean your room, and it was clean, but I guess because it was with that detergent. So they bought me a new one, which is like I'll put like a picture here of it. It's what's it called? Dermatology tested, and it doesn't have harsh chemicals and stuff. So I rewashed everything to see if that was the trigger, and I don't know if that's what it was, because so far I haven't been getting it, only like a little bit like here and there, but I have a lot of scratch marks left, but it's okay. Your like skin regenerates within 3 to 7 days. If it doesn't go away, it was my fault. I don't care. But please don't be judgmental to other people. Like, I go to college and there is this guy that sits in front of me, and for some reason he thinks, I mean, I'm not social at all. If I'm in a classroom, I'm not gonna talk to you if you don't talk to me first. And like, I guess he thinks he's my friend because his friend talked to me like once. So he automatically thinks we're like friends and it's okay for him to talk to me. And I mean, it's fine if you talk to me, but if you're gonna be rude and insult me a lot, like, then what's the point of us being friends? So I'm sitting there during class, like every other day he would bother me. Like, he would turn around and he would try talking to me, and I wouldn't know how to react or how to talk to him because I don't want to be rude and I don't want to be mean or selfish or whatever. But because I would talk to the girl that sat next to me, and it was cool because she's nice and she has red hair and I have blue hair, so like we're the only ones with colored hair in class, so it's pretty cool. But we wouldn't even talk that much. It would just be like, oh, do you have homework? Do we have homework? Or do you have the homework? Or stuff like that. But this guy had the audacity to be like, are you emo? Because he saw my scars, because they were a lot more red here. And I was like this in class, like waiting for my professor to go, so I was just looking at my journal because I'm like, I'll probably put maybe a picture here of my journal, and I draw a lot on it, and it's, I don't know, I was just like looking at everything that I drew, and I was just like daydreaming kind of, and he turns around and tells me that, and I mean, like, why would you say that? Like, I understand I have colored hair, I look weird, sometimes I wear black, but it was pretty upsetting that he said that. He ruined my day, the entire day. And that's that I go like pretty, not early, but kind of in the afternoon for school, and he just ruined my entire day. I felt so embarrassed, and the girl next to me, she didn't know how to react, I guess, or what to say, so she kind of just went, like, I guess she thought it was a joke, and I mean, I kind of took it too far maybe, and when he asked me that, I was just like, no. And he didn't mean emo as in like the style, he meant emo as in cutting, and he literally said it in that way. So I was like, no. And I don't know how to react to mean people. I don't like to be mean or rude or, you know, come off as conceited, but I'm super shy. Like, it might not look like it, but I am super shy. So when he said that, I was just like, no. And then he's like, then why do you have cuts? And I was like, I just like, I didn't roll my eyes, but I just looked at him, and then I looked away and I pretended like I ignored him. And then he's like, did you fall? And I was like, no. And like, he didn't want to leave me alone, so he kept asking me so many questions, and I just got to the point where I was just ignoring him. Like, he was talking to me and I was just like, I didn't want to be there. Like, I literally felt so attacked. I don't know, I guess it's because I don't know how to defend myself, and that's what freaked me out. I don't know. And I was just like, why did he say that to me? Like, what have I done to deserve something so rude from him? Like, I never, ever, ever said anything mean to him. Even if I didn't like talking to him, I would still at least respond. And I wouldn't respond with attitude either. But this time I was just so fed up. Like, I couldn't deal with him. And I don't know. But anyways, please don't, sorry, I got off topic. But please don't be so judgmental against people with eczema or any kind of skin condition, because it's not something they can control, and they shouldn't be scared or ashamed or feel so like they shouldn't feel so low of themselves. Like, they shouldn't have so low self-esteem like I did. For the whole spring break that I had eczema, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home all day, and it was like for about a week, I think. So I would just watch Harry Potter, Steven Universe, or like SpongeBob. That's it. But it was sad. I was so depressed because I was like, I don't know if there's a cure for this, because there isn't. So I didn't expect this to go away. I expected it to be with me for the rest of my life. I didn't think it was gonna go away. And it made me really, really sad, and my low self-esteem was already low, so it went even lower. I was so depressed for days. I just laid in bed or in the couch because I hated coming to my room, because I was like, there has to be something in my room that's causing this, and I don't want to be in there. So I wouldn't even be in here most days. I would be in my mom's room, the living room, or sleeping on the couch, laying on the couch, because I was so terrified that it was gonna get worse, or they were gonna have to cut off like my arm because it was so swollen. And like, I was so terrified to sleep, because the day I found out my arm was swollen, it was like so swollen from here, and I was like, oh my god, if I put my hand down or if I go to sleep, all of it's gonna go forward and it's gonna be on my hand, and then they're gonna have to chop it off. That was like my mentality, because there's not gonna be any blood flow or whatever, but that's what I was thinking, right? And so I literally stayed awake almost the entire night until I took my medication, because we went to Walgreens and they prescribed, when I went to go pick this up, they prescribed me Benadryl, and so I took one and I just knocked out, and that's the only time I slept, and it was probably like maybe 3 hours. So the entire time that I had eczema, I couldn't sleep. I mean, you can kind of tell I've been sleeping not so good, because I kind of got it back, so I'm kind of worried about it. But anyways, back to what my doctor told me. I went to this other doctor. I went super early in the morning so I can be like one of the first people, because you know doctors, they take a long time, and I don't know, they're probably like drinking water and talking to other people. And yes, when I was in the room waiting, the doctor was talking. Yeah, they were just talking and talking. The doctors outside my window, outside the door, and they're talking about somebody in college or something, and I was like, I paid for this service, like, why are they taking so long? And I was in there with my mom, because I can't go in there by myself, because it freaks me out. And so I was like, okay. So they come in and then they check my arm, like, yep, it's swollen. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And they're like, do you know what caused it? And I was like, nope, that's why I'm here. And then they're like, well, we don't know what it could be. And I was like, well, I think it's eczema. And they're like, yeah, it could be eczema. And I was like, yeah. And then they're like, okay, we talked about it, and we think we know what it is. And I was like, okay. And they're like, we think it's eczema. And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, we're gonna prescribe you some medication. And I was like, oh, okay. The other doctor didn't prescribe me medication, he just recommended me some. And so I was like, is it gonna be hydrocortisone, because that has steroids in it, and I know that it thins out your skin, and I don't want that. And he just looks at me like, and he was literally like, I don't know if he was nervous or something, or maybe because he didn't expect me to talk back to him, but I kind of researched everything before I get the medication, because I don't want to be taking something that's gonna cause me to die. Like, well, everything causes you to die, but I don't want anything that I'm gonna be taking and it's not gonna make a difference. So he's like, it'll work and blah blah blah, and I was like, yeah, the other doctor said the same thing about the other cream. I was just like upset. And then, so after that, I think that was the only day I went out. That day afterwards, we went to the Walmart, and they have a pharmacy there. They sent the medication there, and The first doctor had prescribed me this, and so I was already taking this, and so this is still good. You know, I don't know if it's good mixed with these other medications, but I still did it. I don't know. I'm still here. I don't know. For my eyes, my mom, she said she used to have like a sty or something, and she said this medication really worked, but you can only get it at like Mexican places, like maybe like at Walmart they'll have a section there, and you know, like maybe Mexican restaurants, if some, well, not restaurants, but like meat markets, they have like little sections where they have medicine. Well, we went to one in, I don't remember where it was, and we got this, and let me tell you, this worked. Like, I'm not even kidding, I used this before the medication, and it worked. Like, my eyelids were so swollen, and with that, it just, I was like, this was worth it. And this is only like $6, $7. And then I also got this because it was really itchy. It's the Benadryl extra strength. Okay, yeah, I got this, and this is maybe about, I think, $10. I don't remember because I bought it a while back, and it kind of ran out. It kind of works. I don't know if it does or not, because maybe I'm just really itchy all the time, and I think it kind of works, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't recommend it, but at the same time, maybe, I don't know, because it kind of does stop the itching, but then later on it's itching and you have to reapply it. So, and then, so they prescribed me this medicine. I'm taking off my address so you guys don't stalk me. They prescribed me this medication. They gave me like, I think it was 4. They're just creams. Right now, I'll take one out so you can see how they look like. They're just creams. And these work. Like, hands down, this worked. It helped with swelling, it helped with the itching, it just helped with everything, and it went away within like 2 days. And I don't know if it's also because they also recommended me this. I don't know if you can see it. It's called hydroxyzine. I don't know. I'll put a link. This is how they look like. And they're little. You take 3 each day, 3 times a. 3 times a day. One for every 3 you get. And it worked. It went away completely. My skin regenerated. It looked beautiful. It felt like a baby's butt. It was nice. But I guess I was stressed because of all the college stuff and, you know, everything in life and stuff. And I started getting it again here. But the doctor also said that it might be because it's so humid here and the sun is not my best friend. It doesn't like me, and I like the sun so much. But yeah. Bye.